gonna be you.
Why? Don't you think I'd want to do my part to help the Traveler? And anyway, no one's more qualified than the Masters of the Nightwind when it comes to Natlan's ancient history.
Ancient history? Wow. Even by Seatlali standards?
If you think I didn't hear that, you're sorely mistaken. But anyway, back to the matter at hand. I don't know if you noticed, but Kenichi's little sidekick has been acting a little strange around Inefa. After you parted ways, Kenichi put him in timeout for 3 whole days and nights. Then he had Aoife send Kakuku to torment him for another night. Finally, Ahau got so infuriated with Kakuku's pestering that he lost his cool and let slip a crucial piece of information. 2 words: Sovereign Ruler.
Sovereign ruler? So what? Isn't that just how he introduces himself?
It is, and I always assumed it was a load of hot air. But apparently not. Turns out the title refers to the 13 Dragon Lords who ruled Natlan in ancient times. Oh, of course you haven't. Even I spent forever figuring it out. Anyway, the 13 sovereign rulers are not ordinary dragons, but forms of artificial intelligence created by the Pyro Dragon using secret source technology. They had superior intelligence and greater authority than even the ancient dragons themselves. Each ruled over a portion of Natlan's territory. But one by one, they disappeared during the war with the heroes. Even most of their names are unknown now, long since buried in the sands of time. If we hadn't managed to pry that tidbit out of Ahau's mouth, I would have had no idea where to even start.
I always thought that little monster's biggest claim to fame was arguing with Kakuku for an entire day. He has quite a history then, huh? Which of the 13 was he?
Not a clue. So far, he has staunchly refused to reveal which of the sovereign rulers he was. My guess is that he doesn't even remember. Remember, these rulers were supposed to be powerful forms of artificial intelligence. And Ahau, well, it hardly seems like he's still in his prime. I'll bet he's lost most of his memories and power by now.
Lost. Memories.
Yet, despite that, Ahau seemed to sense the presence of a fellow sovereign ruler when you were nearby. Specifically, it's the core in your chest he was reacting to.
What? Inefa's a sovereign ruler too?
Could be. Kenichi and Aoife have been keeping a close watch on Ahau, in case he reveals anything else. But so far, it seems like those 2 words are all he remembers.
Darn! So the trail's gone cold.
Not completely. There's also Lianka and the Flower Feather clan, both of which have triggered a response from Inefa so far. And as it happens, out of the sovereign rulers that I was able to dig up information on, there was one who had a very close relationship with Lianka. Her name was the Priestess of Floral Candles and Skyborn Feathers, otherwise known as the 8th Lord. She ruled over what is now the Flower Feather clan's territory. The records claim that she didn't die in the war with humanity, but was executed by her own kind. Her crime being betrayal of dragonkind by secretly raising a human. Lianka.
Huh? Chaska, did you know this?
Some of it. Our tribe's origin story has Lianka being raised by a dragon. And of the 6 heroes, she had the closest relationship with dragonkind. After raising her, her surrogate mother then encouraged her to leave the nest and seek her own path. She traveled far and wide, settling disputes between humans and Saurians. She didn't pick sides based on past grievances between humanity and dragonkind. She stood up for the weak, protecting them from those more powerful who sought to exploit them. Gradually, a community of like-minded people and Saurians gathered around her, united by their desire for freedom and equality. And that was how the Flower Feather clan began. But that's as much as the legends say. They never mentioned her dragon mother's name, or what became of her in the end.
Oh, sorry. My cognition module is acting up again. At some point during this conversation, it started behaving very erratically. You mentioned that the priestess of floral candles and skyborn feathers was executed. Might I ask how?
Unfortunately, the humans of that time weren't privy to all the details of dragon affairs. The only records we have are vague references from after the fact. It's very possible that this is mere speculation or complete fabrication, so don't give too much weight to it. But for what it's worth, it said that a curse was placed on the priestess by one of the other rulers. If she truly harbors pro-human sentiment, then for every ounce of goodwill she feels, may her mind be flooded with pain of immeasurable proportions. In the savage conflict and chaos that followed, the priestess's mind was ultimately destroyed.
Jeez, what a bizarre method of execution. Definitely sounds like the history writers used some artistic license there.
I'm fine. This didn't seem to trigger any erratic behavior. So, do you think that my origins have something to do with this sovereign ruler?
Interesting. Well, it's hard to say what, if any, direct connection you have to the Eighth Lord. But since the name Lianka seems to ring a bell for you, why don't you look into it yourself? I brought some woven scrolls with me that might be useful. Have a look if you're interested. Here, take them. Don't say anything. In a moment, I'm going to leave. I need you to join me, discreetly. It's just a little spell based on our prior experience. I'll explain everything shortly when you catch up with me. Well, I need to get going now. If I find out anything more, I'll keep you updated.
Gratitude. Goodbye.
Bye, St. Lolly.
Now's your chance. Slip away quietly while they've got their heads buried in those woven scrolls. Meet me at the other side of the settlement.
Would a machine created by dragons really betray its own kind? She seemed to approve of the path her daughter took. But what about her? What path did she take?
None of the legends of Lianka say anything about her dragon mother defecting to humanity and fighting against dragonkind. Sounds like speculation to me. Maybe the other sovereign rulers just didn't trust her.
So mean. Do you think it's possible that Lianka found a way to secretly save the priestess of, flower feather something?
Hello, traveler. Well, see, Lolly hasn't told you everything. There's another sovereign ruler that Inefa might be connected to, not just the one from the Flower Feather clan.
All trace of this other sovereign ruler was lost after the war. The records claim that in their final battle, they fought against Ishkik and Lianka.
It was, my idea. I suggested we bring up the Dragon Mother first and see how Inefa responds. And, well, Seat Lolly has debriefed me on how it went. Apparently, she barely reacted, despite a very strong reaction to the name Lianka. And to me, that says we need to tread very carefully when probing her about the 11th Lord.
She's the one who went missing after the war. Said to be the proudest of all the sovereign rulers, and the most hostile towards humanity. When the Pyro Dragon fell, she couldn't accept that dragonkind had been defeated. She sank into despair and insanity. But the rest is lost to history. There's no way to find out what became of her, or even what her name was.
Remember, though, in essence, these sovereign rulers weren't physical entities, but pure intelligence, built with secret source technology. I mean, who knows what happens when a manufactured mind goes mad? Maybe she lost her power and memories. Maybe she split into different personalities.
The point is, if Inefa really does originate from the 11th Lord, then we need to...
What? Have her taken out? Because of some baseless speculation? How would that be any different from what they did to Lianka's mother?
Chaska, what brings you here?
Anyone with a brain could see you were up to something back there. Unless it's a Paimon brain. Or a robot brain.
Okay, you got us. Actually, we never intended to cut you out of this. It's just that Seat Lolly's spell only works on the Traveler. But Chaska, I'm telling you, we have legitimate concerns here. This is not baseless speculation. Ever since Inefa set sail for Natlan, the secret source automatons have been getting increasingly aggressive. It's as if they're drawn to each other. Inefa could well be the 11th Lord herself. And if so, then the moment she recovers her memory, all of us, all of humanity, will instantly become her enemy.
I've been keeping an eye on movements at the Flower Feather clan. Whatever she was in the past, and whoever she becomes in the future, I trust who she is today.
Even if the past and future Inefa are a completely different person from who she is now?
If you're suggesting that there's a volatile force within her, threatening to rise up and take over at any given moment, that makes two of us. But no one ever gave up on me. Not Mama Bird, not Koichi, not my dad. So what right do I have to give up on her? If Lianka was here, I have every confidence that she'd say the same. Besides, even if the 11th Lord rises again and declares all of us her enemy, the solution is simple. We defeat her. The heroes managed it, so there's no reason we can't too.
Fine. I had a feeling this might be your reaction.
Look, I get it. You're only acting like the villain here to make us realize how serious the situation is. You know how I know that? Because when I was a kid, they brought me to you for treatment, and you didn't give up on me either.
Yeah, well, playing the villain is a force of habit for old Granny by this point. Just know you've been warned, all right? Watch out for any new developments and make sure you know where she is at all times. Hey, the spell hasn't worn off yet, you know. Anyway, now that we're all caught up, you should get back on Inefa watch, and we should get back to investigating.
Help! Someone! Oh, Chaska? What are you all doing here? And when did Shilonan show up?
Paimon, you were supposed to stay with Inefa.
Oh, right, Inefa. Something weird happened. She got halfway through those woven scrolls and then flew off all of a sudden. Paimon tried to stop her, but she wouldn't come back.
Did something trigger a new memory? This doesn't make any sense. She barely responded when we were chatting. What could it be?
No idea. But it must be something important, because she sure looked like she was in a hurry. Also, she said, Annihilation mode activated.
Okay, Chaska, you're our eye in the sky. Find out where she's gone. We'll inform everyone else. Tell them to be on high alert.
Roger that.
Wait, don't you want to discuss this first? Hey, wait up!
Take me up!
Slow down! Paimon's gonna puke!
Target acquired. Activating annihilation mode.
Whoa! Are these all secret source automatons? Okay.
Reinforcements have arrived. Traveler, Paimon, Chaska. Gratitude.
Not now. Save it for later.
Warning, core temperature rising.
Everlasting as the moon! Overruled!
That will leave a cognition module shutting down. Installation chamber deployed. Cleanup sequence initiated. Installation chamber deployed. Annihilation mode. Threat eliminated. Annihilation mode disengaged.
Boss, what do we do now? We've tried the same thing several times now, and it isn't working. We can't keep waiting around for her to leave the settlement.
Well, well. An ancient relic from Natlan's dragon civilization. If you want to play with fire, then be my guest. But there is an unpredictable variable you need to watch out for.
Let's fall back. This isn't worth the risk.
Hamu, Hadieta, are you okay?
I'm fine, but Mom's hurt.
I'll be okay. I just hurt my ankle. Hinefa got here just in time.
Why would they do this? Why?
Look, no one could have known the automatons would ambush you here. Don't blame yourself.
Wait, how did Inefa know to come here? Did she sense that they were in danger?
Yes, I heard the secret source automatons talking. Even now, I still hear them.
Really? Paimon doesn't hear anything.
Hypothesis. Language module requires translation functionality. Please wait. Finished. Please try again.
Whoa, that was quick. How come you're so familiar with their architecture?
I have seen them many times before. At least I think so.
More random memory data, I guess.
Reconnecting.
Wow! It's actually talking.
Hey, what do you think you're playing at? Why did you attack us?
We're under the Fatui's control. They made us attack you.
How is that possible? The captain's soldiers certainly aren't capable of this, and besides, we know everything they're up to. Has another Fatui regiment infiltrated Natlan?
The Fatui invaded my territory, so the automatons went haywire.
Ugh! Why is it getting so choppy? Bad signal, maybe?
Hypothesis. Distance to signal source increasing, transmission compromised. Combining these words with what I've heard so far, I believe the full message should be: the Fatui invaded my territory, so the automatons went haywire.
Oh. So all the recent automaton attacks, the Fatui were behind it all along?
They stole my privileges and took control of the automatons.
They stole my privileges and took control of the automatons.
No!
Mirror of the Dawning Morn detected nearby. Now sending request for Mirror of the Dawning Morn to restore my privileges.
Mirror of the Dawning Morn detected nearby. Now sending request for Mirror of the Dawning Morn to restore my privileges.
Mirror of the Dawning Morn? Who or what is that?
Hypothesis. This appears to refer to me, or more specifically to my core.
Mirror of the Dawning Morn, please come with me and return the core.
I think she wants me to go with her to return the core, so she can repair the damage done by the Fatui.
Wait, you mean she knows you?
Yes. Before the translation began, she referred to me by a different name, 11th Lord.
What? So, Inefa is the 11th sovereign ruler?
Hold on. This automaton just attacked us moments ago. We shouldn't trust everything it says. You say Inefa is the 11th Lord. What proof do you have?
Return to the 8th Lord's territory, and you can restore all of your memory data.
Inefa? What did she say?
She said, return to the 8th Lord's territory, and I can restore all of my memory data.
8th Lord? Lianka's mother's territory? What does the 11th Lord have to do with that?
You were split, then exiled, and finally reborn.
Ugh, this is getting weirder by the second. What did she say this time?
Excessive signal interference. Unable to translate. The signal should improve as we get closer to her territory. Traveler, Chaska, shall we proceed?
Wait, you should think this through carefully. I may know a thing or two about the Fatui regiment that entered Natlan recently. They're kind of a special ops team. Definitely not your average soldiers.
Oh?
They've been showing up everywhere, hungrily searching for secret knowledge about all kinds of ancient civilizations. They say they're trying to make some sort of inference. The leader of this regiment is a harbinger based in Nodcry, known as Marionette.
Marionette? How exactly do you know all this?
I, heard bits and pieces at the market in Nasha Town, but I figured they were just rumors. Didn't realize it was true.
Is that right? How come I'm only hearing about this now?
I'm sorry. I was so preoccupied with getting ready for the journey, and like I said, I thought they were just rumors anyway. Didn't want to worry you.
So these Fatui are soldiers, huh? Who's stronger, them or Inefa?
Inefa, of course. But still, maybe you should tread carefully here. Inefa's already had to rescue us so many times now. I'd be mortified if anything happened to you.
You're right. First things first. Amu's injured. We should take her back to the tribe and get her checked out. And as for this 11th Lord business, we need to discuss this with the others before deciding how to proceed. Look, I know the news about the 8th Lord and Marionette is very concerning, but we should probably come up with a plan before checking things out.
Understood. Destination cancelled. Yes. New destination, Flower Feather Clan.
Traveler, Inefa, could you check that the coast is clear? I'm gonna patch up Amu, then head out.
Understood. Commencing task.
Arieta, I need you to go keep Mom company while the doctor takes a look at her. Dad has some things to take care of, so I'll be staying out here a while longer.
You're not coming back with us. Why not?
Dad's gotta pack up the luggage and make sure all our goods are safe. Don't forget, they're our ticket to a great new life in Liyue. Don't worry, Dad will be back very soon. I'm sorry, girls. I promise it's going to be okay.
I'll get help as quickly as I can. If anything happens, save yourselves first.
Huh? Why'd it stop moving? Has it malfunctioned on us?
Liyue, merchant. His portrait is hung up at the Fatui stronghold.
You're saying Zhuoxin might be a Fatui spy? And he's staying behind as their eyes on the ground. But should we really leave Inefa here too? Not that I don't trust her, it's just... Are you sure you'll be okay keeping an eye on her by yourself? You're not wrong. We need all the intel we can get on Marionette and the Fatui. As far as I'm concerned, they're a bigger threat than any sovereign ruler. Still, even with your abilities, be sure to stay on your guard. And not just because of the Fatui and the 11th Lord. It's that automaton, too. I'm still not convinced we can trust it. Why the sudden request for assistance from the 8th Lord's territory? Are we supposed to believe that Lianka's mother survived? Surely there'd be at least some mention of that in the tribal legends. I don't know. Something just doesn't add up.
Hey, Chaska! Amu's ready to go!
That's my cue. I'll be back with the others as soon as I've gotten Amu and Adieta to safety. If you have to leave the area for any reason, be sure to leave a trail.
He's on the move. Huh. So much for keeping the goods safe. Do we think he's going to meet someone? Should we tail him? He won't know he's being followed. This could be our chance to get our hands on some really useful intel. Either about the sovereign rulers or this marionette person.
Shall we follow him? Got it. Stealth mode activated.
Would it not be even stealthier to just not say that out loud? Why would someone dig a random tunnel in the middle of nowhere? Unless it's the entrance to one of the sovereign ruler's territories!
The territory was sealed by Lianka. This was once one of the secondary access tunnels.
Hey, that was pretty clear this time. What's changed?
Getting closer. Increased activity in language module. Lianka sealed the territory to stop Ochkan finding it.
Huh? You're breaking up again! Oh, looks like the signal's still pretty choppy.
Lianka sealed the territory to stop Ochkan finding it. Later, the Fatui found a weak point and broke in.
Sounds like those Fatui have made this their stronghold. Well, this is probably a good point to stop and wait for reinforcements. What do you think? Inefa? Oh no! What's she doing? She's charged right in!
Wait.
Traveler, are we going after her? Or waiting here? All right then. But let's be careful.